So now what we'll do is I will demonstrate myself repairing this dent so you guys can see how it's done. So I'm going to start over on the right hand side there, so you can see there that I'm starting on the right hand side and I'm coming in on the line that passes perfectly through the centre of the dent. If I was, say, here, you see that if I follow that line, I would actually be passing through the front of the dent. And if I'm up there, for example, you'll see that I'm passing round the back of the dent. So the first thing to do, either on the left or right hand side, is get yourself onto that line that passes through the centre of the dent. And now what I'm going to do is, with the right pressure, so that I'm not leaving a line of high spots as I come in, I'm going to work my way into the right hand side of the dent. So I'm happy that I've rounded that edge off now. So now I'll move off to the left and do exactly the same again. So I'll start on the left hand side about an inch outside, making sure that I'm on the line that passes perfectly through the centre of the dent, and then do the same again, work my way in. Now what you have to keep an eye on is, because we're pivoting off this chain, as you work your way along the lines coming in from the left or the right, because we're pivoting just here, you do have a natural tendency to go round the back of the dent. So just make sure that as we work our way along, we're dragging the rod back and forward accordingly in order to make sure that our tip stays on that horizontal line passing through the dent, okay? So I'll keep passing on here to the left hand side, just creeping in onto the left hand side of that dent there. Just applying enough pressure to just make sure that I've rounded that edge off. And now I'll go off to the right hand side and do exactly the same thing again. So making sure I'm on the line that passes through the middle of the dent. I'm slowly creeping my way in, tiny little millimetres at a time. And pulling that side of the dent in, and now off to the left to do the same again. So as we can see, we're starting to go from 2 owl's eyes to the 1 owl's eye in the middle, or the 1 circle in the middle. So we're starting to reduce the dent up, and this may be that stage now when the pressure needs to go up slightly because the memory in the steel is starting to go. So I'm still just working on that right hand side, just pulling that right hand edge in there slightly. And now off to the left, exactly the same thing again. One more time on the right. And the left. And now I'm ready to go right in the centre. Okay. So now what we can see is we still have the odd low area, like here for example, and the odd low area there, and slight high spot there. So I'm going to go in and tap out my high spot first, as I always need to make sure that I remove the high spots as soon as they appear. Now I'll go in and remove the last of the low spot. And now what we'll do is we'll turn the lines 90 degrees. Now this is something I always do to cross-check the job at the end. So I get the lines as good as I can looking from this direction. If I'm happy looking from this direction, I would always turn the lines 90 degrees, so coming here or here for example, in order to cross-check looking along the dent from either the left or the right hand side to make sure there's nothing there that I've missed.